So I'm Debbie Douglas, Chief Exec for Together Edinburgh. Together Edinburgh is a social enterprise. We run a training centre and charity shop in one. So the training takes place in the charity shop. And we take on people for a year, but they learn skills in like health and safety, customer care, basic work skills. They can do cleaning skills, health and safety. So there's a variety of qualifications that they can do and a variety of tasks. But they're also building their confidence as well throughout the year. And then we help people move into employment or voluntary work and further education as well. So we've been going 14 years. It's been going from strength to strength, and we've had about 150 candidates through the doors, all gaining a qualification, and a lot of people want to stay on with us. We set up 14 years ago because there was a need for kind of retail training skills for people with learning disabilities. So there was a real gap. So I worked for Bernardo's before and realised in the charity shop it's just a really good place to build your skills, but a kind of supported environment and a nice pace where the local community come in and kind of support the individuals as well. So I'd worked with people with learning disabilities before, then worked in charity retailing, and the people I worked with I actually placed in charity retail shops, and that's where we came up, with the idea. And knowing that there was nothing out there at the time, 14 years ago, for you to learn these skills to build your confidence and really get a bit of a helping hand just to move you, to the next step. We wanted to set something up, to kind of fill that gap in society and give people an opportunity, to be able to go for employment, to interact, with the local community and build their confidence. So I set that up 14 years ago. So it seems a long time ago now. It was really for learning disabilities, but it's for neurodivergent people as well. And as I say, we're doing well with it, and the qualifications that we do, we've been kind of adding on different types of qualifications. So we're doing things like accepting card payments, because that's just the way things are going now, especially after the pandemic. We are doing things like learning digital skills, so we're doing a lot of online sales, like eBay. We're putting things on a thing called We Buy Books, so the books that don't sell here, we can then sell them online, and that's helping the environment, as well at the same time. So we're changing it. We did videography training last year, which helped us with a lot of our videos for social media and raising our profile. Some funny videos as well, if people get a chance to maybe look on the Altogether social media sites. Things are changing, so we are trying to change our kind of training programme and help people to either get a job, go to voluntary work, or further education. So some of the skills that they're getting here should help them when they're applying for college. So we're doing photography, funnily enough. So we started that this year. So all our training is kind of going through Borders College. So Angela is our Marketing and Development Officer. Angela works on eBay, but she's training our trainees to learn the whole eBay process. And the photography course will help taking the photographs to put things on eBay as well. And social media, we've gone from strength to strength.
Right, I'm Angie, and I deal with the social media and the eBay and everything else as well, just whatever's needed done. I was solely a volunteer for 3.5 of them maybe, and then working for 3.5. I love it here. It's not a job that I wake up in the morning and go, don't want to go to work today. Love coming here, love the environment, I love working with the trainees. Everything, every single thing about the job is good. And we do a whole lot of different things, like pictures. And then we have the trainees' involvement, so we've got pictures of what they're doing, pictures of what we're selling, videos, the chocolate videos. So yeah, basically every aspect of here, we can include a part of it in social media. You know, whether it be shoes, clothes, people, everything. Fun is the thing. You know, no long and boring and winded out. Something's funny that always catches attention. You're cheering somebody up, then that's a good thing.
I think I went to, at the beginning, it was Business Gateway and First Port. And I did ask, you know, I was saying, this is my idea. I would like to set up a charity shop that would be a training centre for people with learning disabilities. And everyone kept saying it's a social enterprise. What's a social enterprise? Because, you know, not many people knew at that time. So it was First Port that I had gone to, and they helped me with the business plan and funding to get this shop in Leith. It's not like a separate charity shop that other larger charities have. We wanted to do the training in the charity shop, so that was quite new, but we wanted to reinvest all the income that we make from the charity shop back into itself and not be reliant on funding, you know, in the future. And my skills, I suppose I was an area manager for Bernardo's, so we had an area with 21 shops, so I kind of knew the charity retail side well, and I'd worked with people with learning disabilities before that. And as I said, we realised all the skills that you could learn in a charity shop environment, and I just put the whole lot together. I realised there was a huge gap for people with learning disabilities. So we were, I think, the first of its kind to have a charity shop set up, like especially for people with learning disabilities. So that was kind of like the background to wanting to, you know, start this charity. It was, I mean, there's still not enough services out there that are providing retail skills or customer facing type skills, transferable skills, and somewhere where you can build your confidence to take them to, you know, a job or college. There's quite a few on the Edinburgh Social Enterprise network that are very similar, but this was dedicated to the more retail side. But the social enterprise, as I say, we had to really generate income, and we're probably one of the more successful social enterprises at generating income because we've got the support from the local Leith community. We're wanting to have quality, affordable products. So not only do we have the training centre, we have a really great shop that helps the local community, and in turn they kind of help us by donating goods, and they come in, and then when people are like seeing the trainees at the till learning their skills, they're really supportive and say well done, you know, to them, you're doing a great job. So so the social enterprise we need in terms of, we don't want to rely on funding. We are going to be sustainable in the future, and hopefully in the future we can grow, possibly open up more charity shops in the future. I was just mentioning earlier about it's quite difficult to get staff who can have a person-centred approach, but also run the kind of charity shop side and the retail side. So luckily we have staff here that can do both. And we just want it to be a really positive experience. for our trainees. I'd say nearly all the trainees want to stay after their year's programme. And people that have left and they've moved on, they still come back and visit us. They still donate their goods to us, and the parents still keep in touch. So it's really rewarding. But the social enterprise part, as I say, we just need it for the generating income, the network that we have with like ESEN, partnering up with other organisations. We do a lot of that. There's quite a lot in Leith, a lot of social enterprises and a lot of sort of part of the Leith network. We all have the same challenges, so that's why it was a social enterprise and not just like a charity. But we're glad to have both. We have charitable status as well. So. And we've got another trainee or graduate who is at the Grassmarket project as well, but we've also got people at Broomhouse Space Hub, and quite a few of their candidates have had cafe training and then they've come to us for retail training, because I think that's great that you could try different things before you choose what your path is going to be. So there's quite a few of the places that we link up with, and that has been through Edinburgh Social Enterprise Network, and I've just been down to Edinburgh Remakery as well, so we've linked up with them a few times. They've just gifted me a laptop to help with one of our projects that we're doing just now. It's a great kind of collaboration. But our trainees, it's good because we can network with these places. We know, like I know Helena, at the Grassmarket project, and I know some of the staff that work there. So when we're networking, we're like, our trainees could maybe come to you and vice versa. They were very similar, the Grassmarket project. They're a lot bigger than us, but we're doing a lot of the same things. So I'm sure we can help each other in the future.
Well, I'm Brian, the shop manager at Together Edinburgh. I've been working for Altogether for nearly 9 years now. It's great because you meet a great mixture of people, that is both trainees, volunteers and the customers. It's a lively area as Leith, so there's always something happening, and it's a nice, pleasant place to work in, and everybody gets on very well. The customers are they're a great bunch of people. So the good community spirit around here. And yeah, the trainees, it's always good to see the trainees starting out, and as they go through their year course, seeing how they progress throughout the year and see how their confidence increases and how they manage to get on, and after they leave here, how the trainees actually manage to move on to other things like further education or jobs, in fact. So yeah, it's a nice place to work in.
Well, it's been 14 years I've been doing this, and keep saying I'm going to cut my hours, going to reduce my hours, but I don't know, it's really not like work. And when we have a graduation, and you've got usually 10 to 12 people each year getting their certificates, they've built their confidence up, they've learnt the skills, they're kind of meeting people here, then they go to the graduation and you've got 55 people there. We've got trustees, we've got the volunteers, 15 volunteers here that all support the shop and support the trainees as well. Trustees, the trainees, the volunteers, the families, all the staff and people connected with us are all there on that one night to see them get their certificate. They get up, they take the microphone, say a few words, and they're so proud of themselves, but the families are so proud, and the support network that they have come along and it just makes all that work that you've done, you know, in a whole year, just you can see why you've done it and what it means to people. Although I set up Altogether, I got a lot of help from a group called Skills Path, and they were working with people with learning disabilities, so they helped me with loads of different things. Helped me with kind of staff support and storage and getting a van to get the donations and things, getting a day off. But they were using Borders College, and we have charitable status because it's advancement of education. So it wasn't just to be just a charity shop, you know, for work experience. We were doing a qualification and an accredited training programme. So they were using Borders College at the time, and so quickly I kind of got onto Borders College, who were, at that time, they had just done the Ready for Retail Award, had set that up, and IKEA, I think, were the first ones maybe to use that. One of the colleagues there, James, he was kind of instrumental in setting that up. So really, as part of the charitable status, we need a qualification, and Borders College is just the right type of qualification for the needs of our service users. You can have like entry level, level 1. You can adapt the training. I mean, we're assessors, but it's verified by Borders College, and we've got to put everything online now. We used to have all portfolios and folders and print everything out, but we now do it that way. So it is a proper qualification on the Scottish framework. But it's not just the Ready for Retail, there's the Skills Accreditation Programme. So that's like some of the units, like the photography is on it this year, health and safety. So if they don't feel they could do 5 units, because the Ready for Retail is 5 units and you've got 2 assessments each unit, so 10 assessments a year. The photography is 3 assessments, but it's just 1 unit. So they're having to do 2 units as part of Skills Accreditation Programme. So if they feel that that's about right for them, we work out at the taster session what's right for them in terms of the qualification. We find out what their needs are. We find out what they want to move on to, so that by the end of that year we've kind of fulfilled all their personal goals. But Borders College, they've just been great, and they're good to speak to if you're needing a bit of help. But we've just had our new staff go on the Introduction to Assessors course, so we'll be guiding them a little bit, you know, to know how to assess and get the best out of these sessions for our trainees.
So I'm Caitlin, and I'm the Deputy Manager here, but I've just started in January, and I primarily started the job because I used to work in a retail in a big, well-known supermarket, but I just didn't feel like I was getting the fulfilment from it, so I really wanted a job that had meaning to it and that I felt good about leaving, rather than just a retail job that didn't bring me much happiness. And I like this job because you help people at the end of the day, and that is a job that I'm looking for in the future as well. And throughout my life I want a job with meaning, so I feel like this job really gives me that.
Well, I've been a member for 14 years, and from day one it was Edinburgh Social Enterprise Network. As soon as I got first port funding, they said join Edinburgh Social Enterprise Network, and the staff are past and present, just so approachable. They understand what we are doing as a social enterprise, they understand me, they know the ways that they can help. So part of that could be just the space that they have for networking, you know, for people meeting up to discuss maybe challenges and ideas, to collaborate together. But in terms of Steve, he knew about the training centre, and he said there was a course for neurodiversity. So I went on that course, and that kind of helps me have more information and tailor our service to the needs of our individuals. So Steve's helped with that. Yourself, you've helped with uploading some videos that we sent recently about our graduation and about what the trainees think about our training service, what they like, about it, and what they liked about the graduation. So that was kind of helping us show what the work we do and raising our profile as well. So you've helped with that. We've also had courses that maybe even just governance type things, changes where we've gone on courses, and the Edinburgh Social Enterprise Network just know the kind of things that we're all experiencing, some of the challenges and things, and help us. They can understand. It's like a bit like a family. It's like a cliche, but it is like a family, and I did rely on Edinburgh Social Enterprise Network from day one, because when you're just starting as a social enterprise and you're on your own, I used to phone up all the time and get some help, and having that friendly voice at the other end was just great. And you've stuck with us, and now we've gone to events. So in the past we've been at Princess Street Gardens with a stall, but you've still got stalls as well to maybe at Christmas, so we can get involved in that. But it was more, I think it's more from our point of view now. Now we're more established. It's more the networking and the partnership working, and I've got partnership kind of working with Elaine from Remakery, where I've just been today, who's gifted a laptop for our Boost Box programme and our VIP shopping experience programme for local communities. So, and then we've been working with, let's say, Broomhouse Space, I probably would never have met. So there's lots of people I would never have met, and it would have been a smaller kind of organisation. I'm part of a huge network now. So, no, I would definitely say for people to join Edinburgh Social Enterprise Network. You've helped with courses with funding, maybe opportunities, but you've provided a lot of opportunities for us to grow, throughout these years. But it's that understanding of what we do and who we are, and you've kind of tailored things, to our needs. We've taken on more staff, so we've actually grown quite a lot in the last few months. We've taken on 2 deputy managers. We have a marketing development officer. I have someone helping with funding applications, and I've taken on someone to do photography courses, and we have a shop manager and myself, so we've got quite a lot more kind of costs coming in. In terms of support, we've got quite a good network with that, but we would like maybe opportunities to work with more businesses, because I've worked with financial organisations in the past who I've had mentoring opportunities with PwC and Lloyds Banking Group and HSBC, and they've worked in the shop, so they've actually had their volunteer days here. So it's been kind of mutually beneficial, but we would like the bigger businesses to help us in terms of what kind of things could they donate to us, and it could help with the recycling aspect as well. There's quite a lot of opportunities, and I think Edinburgh Social Enterprise Network are kind of looking at that quite a lot more. And it's been a focus recently, and it's been something that quite a few of us have been saying that we would like to have more of. Now we're especially more established people. So that partnership working would be great, that we could get a bit of support on that. The courses that you've provided are the ones that we need, and the networking opportunities you're giving us space, and you're helping us to communicate and network with each other, so I think you're doing a lot right anyway. So just being there at the other end of the phone sometimes, and letting us know any other challenges that might be coming, that we can all work together. I'm April Walker and new deputy, well, one of the other deputy managers at Altogether. Worked for Chest, Heart and Stroke as a Sunday manager, and before that I was a volunteer with cancer research. So I volunteered for about 6 years, and then the pandemic, so I was off for that, and then when I wanted to get back into work, my son said, what would you like, what do you enjoy doing? I thought, I like volunteering in the charity shop, so maybe I could do that as a job. And I saw the job at Altogether advertised, and my son was a previous trainee, so I thought I would apply, and I got the job. Every day's different, that's what I like. And meeting the trainees, they're really nice, and we've got a lovely team. Brian and Debbie are really welcoming, it's been really lovely. And just, you don't know what's going to come in each day, and it's a creative outlet as well. I like doing the displays, and it's always busy, and the day just flies in. So that's mostly what I like about working it all together. They've got a good reputation in the area, but the shop is like a sort of community hub. So we have our regular customers, and I think we've got a lovely shop that draws in customers as well. So we get new people each week that have never bought with us before, and regular customers, so it's a combination of everything, I think. That's it, it's amazing. They're so supportive, and I feel they do the job properly. It's not just they're saying they're going to get skills, they're actually doing it, and it boosts the confidence of the trainees. And my son was a trainee about 4 years ago, maybe a wee bit longer than that, and he still talks about Debbie and Brian. Every week they're mentioned. Debbie and Brian have did this, and Debbie and Brian have done that, so it's lovely. So it's a supportive place, a safe place for people to come along, and they're developing their skills and they're gaining confidence, and it's lovely to see, even in the 6 months, people that have started with us, that they're maybe quiet and shy when they come in, and then in a few weeks we get to see their personalities, and it's lovely, it's really nice. It's nice to be part of that. It's a city, but there's little pockets in the city, like I live in Leith, so it's almost like a village sort of atmosphere, and Stockbridge and all the different sort of boroughs that make up Edinburgh, they're sort of unique. And Leith, I never say I'm from Edinburgh, I always say I'm from Leith, so. I love it. Well, I love the Leith community, and I actually wanted a shop in Leith because having worked for Bernardo's, I had a shop in Leith, and I knew the people, and they're so supportive to what you do. As I say, they donate goods to us, they support our trainees, they're wanting to find out more about the circular economy, and we're trying to educate people not to kind of throw things that go to landfill, so kind of divert from landfill. But we educate what we need in the shop, so they're not bringing us things as well that we might not need, that we would have to, put to landfill. Leith is just different from other places, and you probably, even having been here today, see our customer base, young people, students. It's changed a lot. We had a bingo around the corner, and that's now moved to Ocean Terminal. So it's changing with the tram works, that we're getting more vintage and vinyl people. So we are needing more donations of vintage and vinyl. Anyone that's kind of watching this. But people come in just for a chat as well. And in the pandemic, when we were allowed to open, people came in asking for your help with things, and we signpost people to a lot of different organisations as well. But I think just the support of the local community. We, through our Boost Box programme and our VIP online shopping experience, we set that up to help people that were feeling isolated, that couldn't get out of their house. But it was partly because they were our customers and supporting us when we needed it, and we wanted to give them something back when they needed a bit of help. And now all the things that we've given them, that we've gifted them from the shop, they've donated it back to us, like DVDs and CDs and things. But even for the environment, we reuse the kind of plastic bags that come in. But they now want to give us lots of plastic bags because they see us, we're giving them out, you know, to local communities. So that's, again, helping each other. And I think Leith is just great for that. And that's why I wanted to open the shop in the Leith area. We've grown, as I say, a lot in the last few months because I've taken on 2 new deputy managers. So we're actually providing a lot of training and courses for them at the moment. It's for succession planning because we might want to reduce our hours in the future after 14 years. But seeing them grow and seeing them feel the joy that we get, you know, from the work that you do and not feeling like it's work, that I can't wait to see them go to the graduation and see what it's all about, and a lot of tears, happiness and sadness that they're leaving us. But all that work, as I said, that goes into it, they'll see what it means to people. So yes, I'm looking forward to, that's quite a big change for us because we were used to just 3 of us before. You worry a bit more because of the funding side, but we want, that might be a way for us to grow. Once we do that, we might look at another charity shop. We've kind of focused more on quality more than quantity, and it's hard to get a shop that has all the disabled friendly facilities, you know, and the right size and all the things you need. But I might have more time to look at another venue, another shop in the future. Small but mighty.